Hello everyone, welcome back to the Solid History channel. I'm Paul and I'm back with another amazing video. Today I'll be talking about a very intriguing topic. We're going to talk about the B-21 Raiders and what it is about them that makes the enemies scared of them. But before I begin, take a second and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. Also hit that bell button to get notified whenever I post a new video. And without further ado, let's begin. Before we jump to the main video, let's discuss what the B-21 Raider is. The B-12 Northrop Grumman Bump is an American strategic bomb raider that's under the development of the United States Air Force. It's part of the Long Range Striker Bomb program, which has been under talks for a long time. The program is designed to be a long-range stealth intercontinental strategic bomber for the United States Air Force. It's one of a kind. The U.S. government has worked closely on this project for years. This program was designed to deliver unconventional thermonuclear weapons for the use of the United States Air Force. Now, let's move on to the bomb raider itself. The Air Force in America began planning for this bomb raider in 2011. Meanwhile, it was under work. It was awarded a major development contract in 2015. The U.S. Air Force has a lot of expectations on its back because of this new project. There are a lot of suppositions that the plane is expected to make its best flight in 2023. Although this information is privileged, but with my research skills, I've come across some facts for my subscribers. As of now, people know that the B-21 program is highly classified. It's because it's been designated as a special access program. Mainly because these type of projects are supposed to be privileged so that enemies can't get a hold of the information. Well, you know, just the way you hide your homework from your friends. However, the Congressional Research Service in 2021 noted that the details related to the B-21 program, such as enabling system size, required stealth structure, and speed, were leaking out, so they made it public in 2015 so that there's no misinformation regarding the program, but it was only a handful of information that they released. As all of you can imagine the importance of this program, the United States Air Force also stated they would not release the estimated cost of the B-21 contract, mainly because they thought it would reveal too much information about the classified project to other countries. In this regard, the Senate on the Service Committee of America also voted not to release the privileged information to the public, so that the project remains under the supervision and is not baited by the enemies. However, since the project is quite huge, there were some estimates regarding the money they put into this project. In December 2022, this program's estimated cost was around $700 million. As far as the maintenance and sustenance of the project are concerned, it was to be coordinated by the Air Force Base in Oklahoma. At the same time, the testing and evaluation of the project would be done at Edwards Air Force Base. Now that we know the basics of it, let's discuss why the enemies are afraid of the B-21. Well, firstly, the B-21 Raider is the world's first sixth-generation stealth aircraft. Therefore, it is scary for the enemies as they do not know what date they will have to deal with in case of conflict. In fact, they don't even know what level of harm it can inflict. So yes, it's the fear of not knowing what's coming. The project has been designed in a way that the B-21 Raider can shoot down anything and everything it wants to. Therefore, in case of a conflict with Russia, or anyone, the United States will have the upper hand in all things to the B-21 Raider. And if you take a look at the past, the U.S. Air Force used to use the B-2, and the enemies like China and Russia could detect them in their machines. However, with the B-21 Raider, the enemies cannot detect the plane. It's not like the Raider would wear that magical cloak from Harry Potter, but actually it wouldn't show on the radars. So in case of conflict, the enemies wouldn't even know that the B-21 radar is on its way to destroy them until it arrives at the destination that is hovering around. Yep, one sneaky aircraft that is, haha. This is precisely the reason why the enemies are scared of it. We would be too, honestly. A hidden weapon is much more scarier than one that's right there in front of our eyes. They will not be able to detect its route and decipher where the B-21 Raider will attack. Therefore, it gives the United States an upper hand in case of war. And the United States Air Force has stated the B-21 Raider can lock any target in the world without any problem with the logistics. Therefore, it doesn't matter where the United States Air Force has to be doing conflict. They will be able to go there and shoot the target on point because of the B-21 Raider. That's why you can imagine how the enemies will be afraid, as they will not be able to predict when the B-21 Raider is going to strike them. After all, it's difficult for them to comprehend its path. Besides that, the B-2 Raiders were not available in a large amount, which made them pretty inefficient in catering to the enemies. However, now that they're working on the B-21 Raiders, the United States Air Force will produce hundreds of them, which ultimately means that whenever there will be a need for the B-21 and craft to be on the ground, the fleet will be available in an instant. Other than that, the B-21 Raider is also capable of gathering information about the enemy in order to carry out strikes against them. Therefore, you can imagine when there are two countries against each other, the enemies will not know the specific areas where they must carry out the strikes. However, the United States will be able to pinpoint where the enemy is and how they'll carry out the strikes. So you see, that's why the enemies are so afraid of the B-21 Raiders. But as of now, the project is under work, and it will only be a matter of 6 or 7 months for them to be used in United States Air Force missions. As much as these weapons are dangerous for the enemies, we cannot deny that the U.S. government and intelligence on the U.S. Air Force have worked hard to produce a technology that is up to the mark in every aspect. Yes, I understand that most of you think this will cost the U.S. government a lot. However, that's not the case. The U.S. government has a plan in place to be able to procure more of these crafts for the Air Force. The U.S. government has worked hard to make the B-21 good for this game's economy. Hence, it's cheaper for the U.S. government to produce more 21 than they could produce the B-2. So, yes, it's a win-win situation for the U.S. government. Now, I know some of you nerds are itching to know the specifications of the B-21 Raider. Well, here are the specifications for it. First, it has a place for 2 crew members. Therefore, 2 soldiers can be on the plane to cater to the enemies. It has a length of 20 meters, a wingspan of 50 meters, a height of 5 meters, an empty weight of 70,000 kilograms, and the takeoff weight is 170,000 kilograms. Now let's talk about this beast's performance. It has a speed of 621 miles an hour, cruise speed of 466 miles an hour, ferry range of 6,835 miles. For those who have some knowledge about this stuff, would know these numbers are better than just being called great. And when the B-21 Raider is going to launch on the market, it will create waves, which is exactly why the enemies are scared of this thing. But as crazy as it sounds, we hope to never get to see the B-21 Raider in flight because it's crazy just how much damage these things can do. Did you enjoy this video? What do you think of these facts? Let me know in the comments below. Also, check out my channel for more amazing videos. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell button to get notified about the latest video. I'll be back with more amazing content soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.